And welcome back to SA Sports Show. I'm here with a couple of superstars of supercar racing and part of the Kelly Grove racing team. Andre Heimgartner.
Heimgartner.
I was pretty close to that, actually. That wasn't too bad. And then David Reynolds.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, that was easy. That was very, very easy. I just want to ask you, Dave, I've nearly lost all my paper in the photocopy machine, getting out to all your records. It's absolutely amazing.
It's all the bad things I've done, hey?
No, it's all good, let me tell you.
No, it's bad,
Let's go.
Everyone talks to me about the bad things.
Bathurst 2017, fantastic. You've taken that out, and that must have been absolutely wonderful.
Huge race. Any racing car driver that wants to, we race, Bathurst is the best.
That's the best.
The biggest race and only race you want to win.
But I'm from Adelaide. Now, Clipsal 5000 went out 500. Now, what a race that is!
That was one of the best races we're talking about today. Like probably the greatest race besides Bathurst.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Bathurst.
The next.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
the 500 was by far the coolest.
That was Hollywood stuff, you guys.
The atmosphere, the track, just everything about it was just so unique and cool. And unfortunately, we'll never see it again.
Was it great that it was, that you're actually in the heart of the city?
Well, yeah.
And, you're walking down Googer Street and, and everyone's just, coming all from overseas and interstate. And
100%.
It's Adelaide stops.
And half the problem is, I've noticed Adelaide people don't like travelling more than 20 minutes.
No, so that's our motto. 10 actually.
10, whatever. So a racetrack in the heart of the CBD is perfect for anyone, regardless of your.
It
was awesome.
Fantastic, yeah. Andre, I was just going to ask you, 12 years old, you started commencing racing.
Yeah.
Licence is supposed to be 17, 18. How did that work out?
It's a bit different in New Zealand. So,
But 12 years old.
Yeah, in New Zealand you can start racing when you're 12. So
wow.
and full size circuits. So
And
a
at
bit of head start.
15, you've come out on top of the podium, which was basically a world record.
Yeah, well, you can't start that early anyway.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty good to be able to start that young. I think it's been bettered since
and
by
then you backed it up,
other
which
guys.
was fantastic.
Yeah, it's good in New Zealand. We had all sorts of different championships that you could do, so you could run 3 in a year.
Yeah.
So you just get so much experience.
350 something races for yourself, and on the podium, over 30 times, you'd be saturated in champagne.
Yeah, I don't like the taste of it though.
Oh, is that right? Oh wow.
It's never the best stuff anyway. They always try cheap.
No, they give us good stuff, but it never tastes any good. It all tastes like shit. But it tastes like victory.
It tastes like victory. That's what I was going to say. That the best part on the podium, must be just fantastic because we see the footage. The whole thousands of people are all just jammed on the track in front of it.
Yeah.
You guys are on the podium, and
it's awesome.
It just must be something so special.
When it's a big race, it's nothing better.
Yeah.
When you win a big race and you look down and see the happiness in your team's faces and what they've achieved and what we've achieved together, that's the best.
Yeah.
But actually, I started, the shoey, the shoey.
Okay, yeah.
You know the shoey?
Yep.
Everyone drinks out of the shoey. I actually started that in 2015.
Is that right?
I did the first one in Darwin, in June.
So I cringe when that happens. I
Really?
Yeah.
And then it sort of took off after that, and everyone started doing it. So it's hilarious.
Well, just tell us about Bathurst. I mean, you touched on it. It's so renowned here in Australia. It's like the Melbourne Cup. It's like the AFL Grand Final.
Yep.
To win it must be something very, very special, as we know. But your first one, how special was that for you?
Well, my first one was a bit of a misfortune, actually. Do you know what that word is?
I'd say it's not good.
No. Yeah, basically, it's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
So my first one, was in 2007. I was with Cam McConville in the Super Cheap Auto Holden, racing for PWR, and the engine blew up on the warm-up lap.
Oh, no way.
That was my very first Bathurst, so I never got to do it.
Is that right? Oh, that's cruel.
I was watching I should be out there.
Oh, wow. So, I suppose, for sports people like you are, when you've done all that preparation and then you're on the grid, your car's faulty. Has it happened to yourself as well, Andre, where you put the foot to the the metal and nothing's happened?
It actually happened last year a few times. We had some engine dramas.
Did you?
On the warm-up lap, you find out that your car's missing or something before the race even starts. Then you're just on the back foot and you're in the pits trying to fix it, and you're going laps down. It's the most frustrating thing about it.
What about the pits? Because I know it's very, very technical, and not been to the races many times, and you see when you guys come in and get it. critical is the timing for that? I mean, we're talking like the speed that you guys do and what you can win and lose by is, with tenths of a second.
Yes.
To go in at the right time, I mean, that's a skill in itself.
Yes, definitely. It's so close on track that a lot of the races are won and lost in the pits.
Yeah.
So, you might need 3 or 4 tenths to be passing the car in front or to be faster than them, which is really nothing, but you can lose 3 or 4 seconds in the stop. So you could lose up to 6, 7, 8 spots just in one stop. And so that's what, a really good stop depends on if you're doing 2 tyres, 4 tyres, it's anywhere from like 3 to 12 seconds.
Yeah.
So, a lot of things can go wrong. And the boys do train very, very hard. They train every day, doing pit stop practice.
How fast are they? It's just crazy. I mean, that was...
They're really heavy because they're, the guns are probably 10, 12 kilos, maybe 15, and the wheels itself are 20 kilos each. So they're moving, big objects around in a short space of time.
There's so many moving parts involved.
And don't forget, these people they're not athletes, they're just mechanics that are trying to make it happen. So the boys actually try and look after themselves, and they do a whole bunch of exercises to try and strengthen those movements. But it's still like then if you're leading a race, the extra pressure comes on and things can go wrong, and it's all down to them, and it's just about how they deal with the pressure, because that's a very, very vital part of our game.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to many of the races, and from a spectator point of view, the racing's always outstanding, but that's always something pretty special. And the last time I was out at the bend where I was sitting, I was right over the top of them, and all of us were all counting how quick one car was able to do it, but then the other car. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I've never tried it. Have you tried it?
No. I don't want to try and be
So all the way from New Zealand, so you had a really successful career, full stop. But come to Australia. I mean, it's a big change at a young age as well. And how'd you find that?
It was good. I really enjoy Australia. I probably wouldn't go home and live there, but
you moved to Melbourne?
No, I moved to Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, okay, yep.
So that was an interesting experience, being 17 or whatever it was. So got to understand the different culture.
Yeah. I was driving. Nightclubs, girls.
I turned 18 when I was there, and you could imagine what that was like. But then quickly moved on to Melbourne, so that was probably for my good.
Scared.
Yeah, and race for a team in Melbourne.
So what are your goals now? Because you're very young. I mean, look, what's your next step? Just to stay with the supercars, at the sort of the next 10-year block, just still in the supercars, or is there Grand Prix in the wins, or is there any other types of racing?
I think mainly it's going to be supercars. It's sort of a bit like picking between league and AFL. You sort of pick one direction, you tend to go that way and don't cross over. So for us, it's definitely to win a championship, and the team wants to do that in the next 3 years or so. So that's definitely the goal. Yeah.
And what about yourself? It was only 2007 you won Bathurst, so it's just you're only just back a few doors basically, and you've done so much already. What's your goals?
My goal is, I join a new team, to try and make that team a championship winning team.
Fantastic.
That's the only goal you can have in this sport.
Oh, I love it.
Trying to win as many races as you can.
And Kelly Grove's been fantastic.
Yeah, Kelly Grove's been great. So obviously Todd Kelly's running the team. He was part of the Kelly side, and Stephen Grove and Brendan Grove bought into it. They're big motor racing people, big motor racing fans, very passionate, very smart people. So they've joined forces, and it's been great for us. So this is my first year with them. So
fantastic. Yeah,
it's really, really good. Very happy.
Barry Sheen. No, I can't not chat about the couple of back-to-back medals.
That was good. Yeah, I think they gave me one out of sympathy.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
Well, yeah,
that's a big part of it. I know that winning's is important, and that's great. That's what you're there for. But some of these awards must be just so special for you.
Yeah, super special. That gets glossed over in our sport.
Yeah.
It's like the Brownlow.
Yep.
It's exactly the same as that. So to win 2 in a row.
That's back to back too, by the way. That's
really
fantastic.
cool. It was a really good period of my life. And I'm super, super pleased and happy with that. It was,
Sort of
what I'd like to do is get them hung up on my wall and stuff, and actually really be proud of it. I need to do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So you've come a long way from the kart, and you've, as I said, you're only pretty young. You've done 150 races, so you've got lots ahead. So the next couple of months, what's it entail for yourself?
Well, basically just racing. So.
You've got the sprints coming up. You've got some endurance stuff coming
That's
up
later in the year.
Later in the year. What do you prefer yourself?
Endurance stuff I find is more interesting. We have another driver also, which makes it
really cool.
Cool. You have driver changes, you have different aspects to it. More can happen in the race, so it's more entertaining for people to watch.
So you like that teamwork? You like that teamwork, yeah.
We all do. The funny thing is, like,
but it just take a little bit of the pressure off as in an individual sport.
It gives you someone else. It's like you formed your own little team inside your car. But the funny thing is, so at the start of Bathurst, you see your co-driver at the start of the day, and then you don't speak to him or see him again for 6.5 hours. And then at the end of the day, you come together and go, oh, that happened. And then you're talking about all these stories that happened in your little race. It's funny as. It's and no one really understands what you go through. And it's really cool to have someone driving your car. You know, your names are on the side of the car. It's like your own little experience. Hey, it's nothing.
You're sharing something.
You are sharing something so special.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, thanks very much for joining me. It's been a thrill. It really has been. And just champion blokes, but your careers have just been absolutely outstanding, and good luck for the
You're a legend. Thanks so much.
for the rest of the season, and we'll be back after the break.